Oh, it's so good to see you again. Look at you all grown up.
And look at you, looking exactly the same. Seriously, I'm pretty sure you were wearing the exact same thing the last time I saw you. Do you even change clothes anymore, or do you just bathe in them?
What can I say? It just saves time this way. One day I shall convince the world that never taking off your clothes is just so much more efficient.
That is until your socks run away for fear that the smell that they give off.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've gone through quite a few pairs since the new system. Still a few kinks to work out, I guess. Anyway, should I move towards the bus station? This place is lovely and everything, but may I see if you saw some St Andrews on your visit, and not just loopers.
I was actually going to ask you about this place.
What about it?
Well, it's a tiny town with a train station. Why doesn't St. Andrews have a train station? Or rather, if St. Andrews doesn't have a train station, why would Loopers have one?
It's simple.
Really? Because the only explanation I can think of is that St. Andrews doesn't have a train station so they can keep the crows out.
Yeah. It's good to have a hero sister of mine. Anyway, how are things?
Fine.
Is Mum still...
Yeah, if not worse. So, how's your life?
Yeah, it's good.
Uni?
Yeah, it's good. Degrees and reading and studying and stuff.
And might I ask, girls?
Yeah, there are girls in the course. Well, I've tried.
Does anyone have a pen?
Pen? Pen? Pen? Pen? Does anybody in this room require a pen? Not you! Oh well.
Yeah, maybe next time you can tone down the hysterical yelling and mellow out your voice a little bit. Chicks really dig that kind of thing.
Really? I always thought women went for the sophisticated shouter over the mellow mumbler. Maybe that's where I'm going wrong. Maybe take a note of that. Anyway, I think that bus might be ours. Your carriage awaits, my lady. The catch is tricky on the door.
Why don't you just try pushing it?
Ow!
Sorry. Wait, have you tried?
There you are! Okay, well, that's Lisa.
Hi.
That's Craig. And that's...
Rudy, pleasure to meet you. I'm sure Neil has mentioned me.
He's so annoying. He doesn't clean, he's pretentious, he's lazy. His mum and dad don't even like him. He's fake, unrealistic, and so incredibly boring when he talks about, well, anything. And whatever you do, if you ever meet him, do not shake his hand. Who knows where they've been?
No, he's never mentioned me. No, never mind.
Where's James?
What?
What?
You said something.
No, it didn't. Hi, baby.
No boyfriends in the living room.
No, it's nothing. What were you saying?
You know, little Lisa, a polite domestic goddess and scintillating conversational as she is, does raise a fairly interesting yet obvious point. Where is James?
That was obvious?
He's probably in his bed, isn't he, the lazy sod? James!
Yeah, that's the bed. That's the lamp. Probably books. Almost certainly the bin. The door. Stair. Stair. Stair, stair, stair. James.
What?
Good morning to you.
What?
I wanted you to meet someone.
Who?
James, this is Amy, my sister. Amy, this is James, this guy who came and crashed in our house once and never left.
That's not true.
No, but it's a more interesting story than we met him during Freshers Week. He was the overconfident second year who tried to chat up all the first years at the BOP while claiming he worked for the student union and could get them free entry into, well, the BOP. After that tactic didn't work, we took him under a wing, considerate fresh that we were, and decided that we'd all move in together in our second year.
What are you doing in bed anyway, lazy git? There, Nessa, right?
Yeah, I emailed my tutor about that. Probably get an extension on it.
And how many extensions will that be then?
4? It's no big deal. Most third years ask for extensions on essays.
Yeah, but most of them don't spend half the day in bed half naked either.
Speaking of which, shouldn't you put some clothes on? There's a lady present, and frankly, your nakedness disturbs the ambiance of the room.
No. Before we do anything, we should probably fix that door. Shouldn't take us too long. We'll be grateful later when we try stumbling in during the wee hours of the morning and have to lift little Ruge into the house through the open bathroom window.
As much as I dislike the fact that you would use me as a human battering ram, I do agree with you. We should fix the door. I happen to be an expert at door fixing, so should naturally be the lead of this project.
In that case,
I think I'll just go back to bed.
You're a girl, aren't you? Well, yeah, that's what the doctors told my mother, but frankly, I've always had a tiny bit of a suspicion since the age of 7 when Robbie Smith from the other class decided to...
I don't know what to do.
You could go help fix the door?
Nobody told me university would be like this.
Like what?
I don't even really like hummus.
Okay, I don't really quite know what you're talking about. Maybe it's better you talk to one of your flatmates about this.
I can't. Speak to the boys at least. It's about my boyfriend and I'm not allowed to talk about my boyfriend.
Ah, well maybe you have some girls you could talk to about this. I'm not exactly a pro at talking about relationships. Ah, okay. I could give you a hug. Hugs really are my thing. I could never do. If you want someone to make jokes at the expense of your boyfriend, that I can do. But relationships, hugs, cute things with gooey shopping centers, really not my thing.
We met 3 years ago.
Okay, you're gonna tell me anyway. That's cool. Carry on. I'll just sit here and listen. Yeah.
We met at a vegan warehouse rave. Mom He told me he spent most of his life going to rallies, you know. Save the whales, Fashion Against Fur, and of course his fundamental rap group, Freaking the Vegans. He was just so deep. Deeper than the whales he was trying to save. Deeper than the vat of hummus we'd met over. After only a few weeks I knew he was the one. I knew that he was the sexually equal, gender equivalent, humanity transcending partner that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. And probably the afterlife, depending on what religious or spiritual belief one wishes to explore, and non-gender specific persons very soon. I'll go to his awareness events, and sit-ins, and petitions, and coffee mornings, and love circles, and understanding tribes and safety groups. And he would attend my animal and man-friendly feminist book club every week. It wasn't just the intellectual and spiritual side of things, though. Sexually, I felt more fulfilled than a monk who has dedicated his life to teaching spirituality to underprivileged urban areas. In his arms, he made me feel alive. He made me feel like an all-natural, organic living, whale-saving sex machine. It felt so good.
You can tell me these things. Sharing and caring and all of that.
Then, well, things changed. I I applied to university and he decided that maybe the separation would be a good thing. I would go study and he could use the time to do more soul searching. And work on his new idea for a hemp coffee morning and knitting circle. A few months at university was all that it took. It's difficult to stay a vegan when introduced to wonders of 2 a.m. chips and cheese. It's difficult to believe that all animals should be saved when one's been introduced to the lizard in its full wild glory. And it's difficult to stay faithful to a man who doesn't understand the wonders of dairy products. To begin with, I decided to channel all of my sexual frustration into charity work. Boy, can a person make a lot of cookies when it's been a while? Then, well, cookies weren't enough. Cookies are never enough. So I did all that I could think of doing. I got dressed up and I got incredibly drunk. And then I met this guy. And then this other guy. And then this girl. And then her boyfriend. And well, you get the picture. Every week I seem to go out and meet someone who I'm really connected with. Somehow them not having a low-fat, low-wheat vegetarian lifestyle doesn't seem to matter to me anymore.
Ah, I get it. Your drinking alcohol gives you vegan goggles?
Well, exactly. You got me this watch, see? See?
It's lovely.
Isn't it? But now, I can't look down on it without guilt and regret. I'm walking down the street and I think to myself, oh, what time is it? And it stares back at me screaming, it's debauchery o'clock. It's tiny plus promiscuous. It's slutty to 5. And I don't know what to do.
What? Well, have you tried not sleeping with people?
I would never have thought that.
Interesting, I never would have guessed.
That's amazing. I'm gonna go and practice not sleeping with someone in my room right now. This is brilliant. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. I mean, anytime.
Neil! You are such a freak.
I know, but that's why you love me, right?
I think I have to love you. It's a whole sibling contract thing.
True. Amy, why are you here? You're not in trouble or anything, are you?
No, can't believe you'd think that. No, it's just nice to get away for a couple of days and to see you, of course, and, well, it's nice to escape real life for a little while. And it's really lovely to be in a real life university environment too, you know? It's nice thinking I'm applying to all these places and I'll be walking around with them clutching books and having late night coffee revision sessions with people in thick framed glasses.
Remind me to take the taste sometime.
But I know university isn't really like that, and I want to know what university is really like before, you know, I go off and do it myself.
I guess. Although maybe St Andrews isn't the best place to gauge a real-life university experience on.
We can still get drunk, though?
Oh, hell yeah, little sister.
Good.
You two aren't like really brother and sister though, are you?
What do you mean?
Well, well, you can't be, because you know,
I don't know.
because your accents.
What accents?
Well, she's American, and you sound like Taggart. have the same accent.
Yes, we do.
What? Cigarette? Anyone?
No, I don't smoke.
No? Such a wise girl. I hear these aren't exactly the healthiest of things in the world, but who could deny a man a simple pleasure in his own house? Not me. Maybe one day I shall stop, and the world will become a much brighter place. But for now, I should carry on smoking if you don't mind, and save up all the happiness each little white stick brings me. However, as a second-year philosophy student, logic dictates that I've been sober for too long. But
You're wearing my shirt. I'm wearing your shirt. Ugh. Your sister's not dead, is she?
She's probably fine.
You're being very cavalier about this.
And you're talking too much. Now go forth and make tea.
Is that?
No, it can't be.
I think it is.
No.
It's all coming back to me now.
Can't have.
I think we did.
We went to the bar.
Hey, I just met you. This is crazy. But here's my number. So call me maybe. Last night was the best night of my entire life.
so,
Where have you been?
about.
Oh. Okay. No. So exactly what happened last night?
It's the usual. Drank too much. Convinced ourselves that it was going to be the greatest night of our entire lives. We stayed in pubs so long that there was no chance to get So dropped ends at the union. Lady Gaga after that. We're going to dance to saccharine pop music and skip up to the bop like delusional 13-year-olds having got to school. A highly sexually charged and inebriated school disco. However, I feel the thought less sort of resembles civilised public school discos that this one probably attended, with hymns, short and a confusing boy-on-boy parents, and more sort of resembles school discos that this one attended, with hard liquor, grinding, and the eventual knife fight.
You're rambling.
And besides, comparing my old school disco to the bop is extremely unfair. The bop doesn't have knife fights.
Ah, that's true. Most fighting in this place I've overseas is the fisticuffs over who stole the court in the debating society. Anyway, last time I saw any of you, little Mary Sue over there was behaving as king of all Narnia, and because of that, Toasty Bar she granted free entry.
Wait, they charge to get into Toasty Bar?
No. But I think after last night they'll be incorporating a small fee for crowd control purposes.
Hi guys!
Oh, hello there. Fancy seeing you here.
Hi.
You live here.
So where were you?
Like I said, about.
Yeah, but where?
Well, if you must know, I spent the evening with a lovely young girl named Cassandra. Or was it Katie? It definitely got me case out. Me and their friends really appeared to some bar somewhere. Shots from bad, as we told, mostly by them, and table dancing opportunities who were kicked out for being drunk and disorderly. Besides, they rejected their card. Turns out Daddy spied only half of Latvia or somewhere, cancelled their car due to excessive spending or whatever. It was fun though, while it lasted. Sadly, I realised shortly after a car was declined that there was some place I needed to be urgently and that I didn't have enough money to foot the bill. It was such a shame. So if I went in my way, I'd bump into these medics, wandered through town with cones in their head, drinking wine out of a foil bag and shouting, "No!" Oh, that stands for doing it once. No one gives put children to this. And I thought to myself, from a philosophical point of view, their sentiments of only living once are fairly insubstantial at best. And the whole gathering your rosebuds for to life, I died out on the students' obsession with Dead Poet Society and that. Okay. In moderation, YOLO can be fun and exciting, but what this had to do with wearing a cone on one's head, I have no idea. Anyway, I think I really just want to wear a cone on my head. So I joined them in their merry hunt and an interesting game of cone head and shoot. I naturally got to be very good at this game, and therefore suggested we should put the stakes and play for money. I was £100 and a shoe up, when suddenly one of them recognised me and declared I was not, in fact, a medic. I tried reasoning with them, rationalising I never claimed to be a medic, and in the grand scheme of only living once, it shouldn't matter what I study or how I study it.
And then what happened?
They chased me. A group of raucous students running through town with cones in their head. We went up North Street, just the barron, up by Sally's, then across these sands, like those guys in Charity Fire, but without the elegance. Then I almost gained a slip by South Street, by the Archers, but they were persistent. Then I almost gained a slip down South Street, by the way path. But then, one of them spotted me. We had to carry on running. If I had me to give my life, my money, and my brand new shoe, it would have been hilarious. And I realised quickly that running with a cone on one's head was a person down considerably. So I managed to lose him with a subtle blend of cunning and wit.
You hid in a bin, didn't you?
A bin may have been involved, but it turns out I wasn't the only one hiding there, because I managed to land with a very lovely young girl named Juliet or something, but apparently wasn't what I thought. She was also hiding from the medics.
Boy, those medics get around.
Yeah, we decided to stay in there a little while. She shared some alcoholic concoction with me she referred to as rocket fuel. And one thing led to another, and I must have fallen asleep, because the next thing I knew, I woke up in a bin, shirtless, with a note from a mystery girl saying she had to go, but bequeathing the rest of the rocket fuel to me. So I drank it and wandered home. Yeah.
And how much of that was true exactly?
I don't know. You'll have to go back to me.
I don't mean to be rude, but who the hell are you, and why are you in our house?
I am Charlie Maria Huntington Smythe, President of the University Debating Society, Treasurer of the Management Society, Head of the Marketing Department of the Charities Committee, and Grand High Warlock and Chair of the Wargaming Society. And you?
Well, I...
Sir James Pleddington Pleb, layabout of the Slackers Club, currently president of this chair.
That figures.
And you. So why are you in our house?
Oh, I'm a friend of Rudy's, and one of the volunteers who works at the Toasty Barn Friday night. We accidentally locked him in there last night, and after we found him, face smeared with Nutella, singing half-baked pop songs to himself, we decided he wasn't in a fit state to go home on his own. Naturally, I could bear to see a fellow warlock in such a state, so I volunteered for the duty to return him to his castle safely.
About half of that made sense to me.
Anyway, I can't stay long. I have such a busy day. I've got a tour debate prep session, volunteering at the Old People's Home in Cooper, and then I've got to get along to my tutoring programme for the intellectually challenged. Busy. Anyway, I'll see you later, Rudy, if it's still okay that I come Sunday later.
What?
Great. See you soon, Grand High Commissioner Wizard of the Seventh Order.
Well, that was...
Unexpected?
Completely expected from the Rudy over there.
Strange.
Relief.
Pardon?
Nothing.
Shit.
What?
You know that extension I have?
Yeah?
I don't have it anymore.
Shit.
Yeah.
When's it due then?
What date is it today?
The 21st,
3 days ago? Yeah, I should probably go write it and stuff.
Wait. What face of the moon is it today? Doesn't matter anyway. I'm stuck.
I've got stuff to do myself as well. Philosophy isn't all about sitting on the rocks in a thinking pose.
Yeah, I've got some reading to get done myself, Amy. Hope you don't mind.
That's okay. If everyone's busy, I can just do some writing. I have this project I'm working on. Comedy thing, actually. Except I'm not sure if it's funny or not. It's one of those comedic things that you hope if you throw enough funny scenarios at a piece of writing that some of it may stick and ultimately become entertaining.
Who is it?
Go to sleep, Ruby.
Daddy!
Beautiful. How long have I blacked out for?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I not supposed to come at this time? I'm a little early. Well, half an hour early, but what can I say? It's not every day you get to have brunch with your brand new academic family.
Oh. Okay.
Mary, do you remember me?
Of course, Mary. How could I forget you? Mary, we met at the
Toasty Bar.
Toasty Bar, and we bonded over
Where
our
we're from.
Yes, because we're both from
Well, we're not technically from the same place, but it was close enough and dead exciting.
Of course, and we were drinking
Lemonade! Well, you were drinking vodka from a shoe, but I was making lemonade. I'm not much of a drinker, you see. I just came out with a few other fresh hours just to see what it was like. I bonded with a few ladies from Sally's and we all thought it would be a great lark to get all dolled up and hit the town.
That sounds lovely. Well, I'm really sorry, but I'm afraid you don't have any other siblings yet, but that can be changed soon enough. Whilst you're here, would you like to be shown around?
Oh wow, that would be awfully delightful. I've never seen a real-life student house before. Mummy and Daddy always told such great stories about when they were students back at school and all the great jakes they had putting pranks on one another.
I bet they did. Now, have you ever shown them?
She seemed nice.
Yeah, if you like that kind of thing. You two get along.
Very funny. The posh, oblivious guy will get along with the posh, eager, fresher girl. How original.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
No, I get it. I understand. And it's fine. I used to get a lot of crap from the guys for being a bit of a raw. And I suppose I am. Well, at least in the sense that I got a posh education. But it's not like my parents could afford the education I got. Oh no, I was a scholarship boy. It's funny though, because when I started my scholarship, it was quite obvious that I didn't fit in. My clothes weren't right, my accent wasn't right, and my attitude towards sophisticated things like wine, cheese, and misogyny certainly weren't right. So I changed myself a little, altered the way I spoke and thought, and soon I fit in, or at least slightly. I spend most of my time writing about epistemology on my blog. Well, that and golfing. I've just always thought of myself as aesthetically relaxed, you know? Oh, why, thank you. Do you like it? I got it at a small flea market in the north of Paris. It's very niche, but I thought I just had to have it. This Brazilian espresso tastes like smoky peat. Oh, never mind. You don't drink scotch. Wow, this concept is too meta for a Saturday night without work. I don't speak French very well, but what I do know, I write poetry with.
I'm not sure what's more impressive, the fact that you think a meta concept can be remedied by a glass of port, or the revelation that you write poetry and it's only just come up in conversation.
Oh, but it just slipped out once. Everybody has said or done something at one point in their life for the sake of fitting in. Mine just happened to take the form of confessing to writing French poetry.
And did it work?
Not really, but at least it meant that I fit in slightly more than I did before. When everybody thought I went skiing during the winter break and schweffed like the best of them, they left me alone. Then I came here, and the vicious cycle started again. Only this time I was deemed too posh and pretentious, by the people I wanted to be friends with.
Well, that's a simple fix. Just stop trying to be someone that you're not.
I tried. Well, I tried to be the person that they wanted me to be. The Bob? Such fun! We should totally go tonight. I got rejected from Cambridge too. Oh, we should be friends. My academic mom is such a MILF. I'm hoping that at the next tea party, there'll be more than just tea, if you know what I'm saying. I tried out for the other guys too, only they told me I was too intimidatingly handsome for the group. I do IR too. I'm from Glasgow. I know how this is in Scotland. Go square! Go square!
And did any of that work?
Not really. But the Scottish people found my attempt at Go Square very amusing and only gave me one black eye instead of two. We're friends on Facebook now.
How charming of them. What it sounds like you're saying to me is that you spent so long trying to impress people that you don't really know how to be yourself.
That's probably the best way I've heard it explained before. Who knew such a beautiful girl could be so insightful?
I'm gonna pretend that was a compliment.
It was meant to be. Most beautiful women won't give me the time of day, let alone sit around and listen to my existential identity crisis.
You know, I'm pretty sure they would if you dropped the pretension and just speak to them like you've been speaking to me. What about girls at Wargaming Society? They must talk to you.
Girls? At Wargaming Society?
Well, what about Charlie? She's a girl, and she goes to Wargaming Society.
Charlie isn't a girl.
Yes, she is.
No, Charlie isn't a girl.
Well, maybe next time you see him, you could try chatting, just like he did to me, only to her. I mean, him. I think you'll find it's a lot easier than you may think.
Thanks, Amy. You're really great at giving advice. Did you know that?
You're actually not the first person to suggest that today, actually. Are you gonna be okay?
I guess. I just wish there was a way I could convince my housemates that I'm not the posh and pretentious guy that they think I am.
Hi. Sorry, the door was open and no one was answering the doorbell. I can't stay long, it's just that, well, you forgot your pipe. I know how much you like to have your afternoon coffee, pipe and classical music hour, so I thought I'd bring it over before you realised it was gone and missed it.
She's a girl. Why, thank you, Charlie. That was very nice of you. I look forward to when we study. Yeah, study. I'll see you then.
I'm looking forward to it too. I'd better go though. I left one of the intellectually challenged people I tutor by themselves. If I'm not careful, they might start eating their textbook. Or trying to read it. It happened once. It wasn't a pretty sight. I'll see you later.
Charlie's a girl.
And I think she may like you.
Oh, yes.
What's he so happy about? A girl likes him.
And not just any girl. The Grand High Warlock of the 7th Order. Yes! You fool!